We're live. Hello.
Hi and welcome.
Yay. This is such a fun time of the month. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
It is going to be fun. Kathleen's like dialing into me, so I'm going to be producing the show today. So bear with me. I haven't done it in a while. I haven't done a joint live with you, a sneak peek live in quite a bit. So I'm actually
Yeah,
really
February was the
excited.
last time.
Oh my goodness, that's so
Yeah,
long. But we have something fun
yeah,
today. Do you want to tell them about what we're sneaking today? Because this makes my heart happy.
yeah. I mean, I kind of hinted at it last week already, sort of saying, it's gonna be merry and bright and jolly and all of that. So we are going to give you a sneak peek at some of the products in our upcoming August release called Twinkle and Tradition. And it's going to be fun, as we said. And so one of the products that we are going to show you today is going to look a little bit familiar to some of you.
Yes, it was part of a previous event, our Cards for Him event, right? Back in,
Yep,
when was that? I've lost
May.
track of time. May,
Yeah,
yes. And Pinkfresh is bringing it back with a twist. So you won't be able to get some of
exactly.
the original products that went with it, but you're going to get some supporting products. And I think this is a
Yeah,
fun way to kind of breathe life into a really fun product.
exactly. And I think there were so many people, requesting more sets to go with this. And for those of you who are like, what the hell are you talking about right now? You will see in a second. But yeah, I'm really excited that we were able to, as you said, breathe some new life into this as well and make it merry and holiday themed.
Yes, it's the perfect set to bring a little merry and bright to. Before we get to creating, we should tell them about all the fun stuff we have to give away today. So I think you know it better than I do. I'll just tell them that if you have not already subscribed here to the Pink Fresh Studio YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications because that will tell you anytime we go live, anytime we post a new video, and you don't want to miss out on all of the fun stuff that's ahead. So make sure you're subscribed. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. That helps us on the replay. And we love to see you guys acknowledge that you're here with that thumbs up. And I'm going to let Kathleen tell you all about what we're giving away for those of you watching live and on the replay today.
Yeah, so today it's, you know, every time, every week we have great giveaways. And for the sneak peek lives, we always do a giveaway of the full release in the live chat. And this time it's going to be an especially big bundle. So our holiday themed release is a big one. So everyone who's joining us live today, you have the chance to win the full release bundle. I think it's worth more than $540. So it's, as I said, it's a big one.
It's huge.
And for those of you, yeah, for those of you who can't join us live, we are giving away two $50 gift cards in the chat or in the comments and on a replay. So even if you weren't able to join us live, at least there's a little something. And yeah, all you have to do is just be active in the chat. Just every time you write something is another entry. And at the end of this session, I think Kinnery is behind the Pinkfish Studio name today, joining
Yes, she
us.
is. I saw
So
her pop in.
at the end, yeah, at the end of the session, Kinnery is going to randomly pick a winner for this release bundle.
That is so exciting. I would be jealous if I didn't already have the whole release. So,
Exactly.
but that is such an amazing and generous prize. And it's another good reason for you to always join us here live, especially for these sneak peek lives, because I mean, my goodness, that is such a huge prize to give away. And I have seen this release, as I mentioned, it's full of fabulous. And if I do say so myself, I love me a little Christmas creating, a little Christmas crafting, holiday. And there are some really unique products in this. But should we go down to our desktop? And Kathleen has a little visitor here with her today.
Yeah.
So she may have to take
I
a moment.
apologize in advance.
I don't think they mind because they always tell me that if my dogs bark, it's not a big deal. So it's kind of the same thing. If your kid needs a little attention, you can just let me know, and I can solo for a minute for you. We're going to go to our overheads, and we're going to get ready to create. And you probably have a little peek of what we are creating with today, and that is the Lantern Landscapes die. And we are also going to, we have a couple new stencil sets that we're going to use. So if you were in the Cards for Him event, you may already have a couple of these products, but there are a couple that you don't have. And so we want to showcase those today. It is going to be so much fun. And Kathleen and I are actually using 2 different stencil sets that coordinate with this Lantern Landscapes die. So... And Kathleen's going, that's okay. You know me, I can talk. So I'm just going to talk for a minute. Lantern Landscapes Joyride is what Kathleen's going to be using today. So it is the stencil set that creates this adorable card with some presents on top there. And then I am going to be using this other one, which is the Lantern Landscapes Snowy Cottage. And so stencil sets that go with the lantern die. So as I mentioned, if you were in the Cards for Him event, you cannot get the original stencil set that came with this for the Cards for Him event, but you can now pick up this base die as well as these holiday themed or winter themed products to go with it. And then Kathleen, why don't you tell them what you're showing them as well?
Exactly. So, yeah, important to note is that, as Carissa said, but I just want to highlight it, that you can get the basic lantern stencil, so the one that just colors the lantern outside, like the base. That one you can get, but just not the coordinating stencils from the event. Instead,
Correct.
as Carissa said, we have these 2 holiday-themed ones. And the one that I'm going to be using is this one with the car and this stack of gifts, which I think is really cute. And I like that, especially with the one that Carissa is going to use with the Snowy Cottage, that it doesn't scream Christmas. It's winter, but it's not Christmas as such. So you can use it just for some winter greetings as well, if you just select a different sentiment with it.
Correct. And I think you could actually probably just skip the stenciling of that little wreath right there and take that off of the whole thing if you wanted to. I'm not going to show that today because I'm all about Christmas, but
yeah.
So what are you stenciling?
I said to my husband, I'm going to start with the lantern, so the base, and this is a 2-piece stencil set. And so for those who are familiar with our stencil and die only sets, you will know that we have these sort of registration marks, these triangles, so that you can line up your stencils and then the coordinating die as well. So you can fit this lantern on an A2 panel. So the finished lantern also fits on an A2 card base. It fills it nicely, but you could also size up your card base, but you could stick to A2. And I'm going to start with my lantern, although, hold on. Yeah, I'm going to do the lantern first.
Okay, then I'm going to do an alternate idea with my lantern today. And I'm using, I don't know why my camera just freaked out for a second, but we're okay. Sometimes I feel like those capture cards that we use to capture our cameras, they freak out for a minute. But I'm going to die cut mine out of some glitter, Pink Fresh Studio glitter cardstocks. This is like the champagne color from the metallics pack.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make a glitter lantern. I know none of you are surprised by that.
To be honest, if you hadn't done it, I would have. So I'm glad that you're doing it.
Well, it was this morning.
Be a glitter lantern.
I thought I didn't have the lantern set that Kathleen's using. And so I was like, I'm just going to cut it out of some glitter instead. And then I found the set that you're using. And then I was like, I'm still going to do the glitter though.
Yeah.
So there is my lantern cut out of the glitter. And I'm going to doll this up because Kathleen's going to take a minute to kind of stencil hers and show you how to die cut it. But I'm going to do a little extra to mine too with the die cutting. So we're just going to improvise here.
Yeah, so I used so I thought for my card today I was going to use some not fully traditional Christmas colors. So they will be sort of, sort of shifted. I'm not going to use like the traditional green and red, but instead I thought I would do sort of more like aqua and pinks.
I love it. I have pink too. I know you're not surprised by that either. We actually didn't chat very much about what either
No,
of us was going to do. We just said, you're going to use that stencil, I'm going to use this stencil, and we're all good. Yep, yep. And that was about it. So
exactly.
it'll be fun. Now I saw on the Pink Fresh Studio Instagram account right before I got on live that there is a sneak peek of this product today featuring,
Yeah.
and it's like a shaker tag situation. Who created that? Do you know off the top of your head? I'm putting you
Yeah,
on the
it
spot.
was Rachel Alvarado.
Of course it
So
was
yeah,
Rachel.
yeah,
It's so cute. It's so
it
cute.
is, and especially her glitter accents. It's really pretty. The first time I saw it, I was like, wow, this is really like a glitter Christmas wonderland.
Yes, it looks great. And it has, if you look closely, I'm just going to kind of give a little hint here.
Yeah.
There's actually another product from the release that I don't think has been sneak peeked yet. So if you look on there,
No.
you may see something else from the release that you kind of get a little preview of as well, which I think is always fun.
Yeah.
Yes, I think a lot of you guys are like internet sleuths and you have this stuff figured out, but I like to just pretend like I'm letting you in on a big secret here.
So yeah, what I was talking about. So I finished ink blending my lantern. You could spend even more time on it with like shadows and things like that. I'm not going to. I think I'm happy with it, how it looks. Um, so now that when you're done with the ink blending, you can just align the die by placing it over these two triangles, and that way you can make sure that it's going to cut exactly in the right place. And also make sure to adhere it down with some low-tech tape so it doesn't shift.
Yes. I always do it with those types of dies, especially because I just feel like, you spent your time stenciling and you want to make sure that you're not, totally messing something up.
Exactly.
Okay, I
So
have
I had
a
to
glue
take
clog.
this, and you can see here. So this is the finished lantern die cut. And you can see that it has no white outlines. It cut perfectly, and it adds those really beautiful edged lines, which I think are a little bit more visible on the ink blended version versus the glitter version, just because of the
Yes, for
glitter.
sure. You can,
But you can see these little details, which I think makes this lantern even cuter.
yeah, you can see it. I also die cut this on a champagne um, foil cardstock, which is what I'm doing some of the details with. So you can see like
Hmm.
those little details a little bit better on that, but for sure it looks great on that ink blended version. And just think of all the different colors that you could do the lantern in. I think I would do a pink one if I were not doing, um, you know, this
Yeah,
champagne glitter, which feels just super fabulous for the holidays.
yeah.
It's maybe a little over the top. I mean, but I'm okay with
Mm.
that.
I think when it comes to Christmas, there is no such thing as too much glitter.
I agree. I agree. Okay, so I've done mine and I did just glitter with some champagne matte like foil cardstock accents. So it wasn't total glitter. And I'm going to catch up to Kathleen and start stenciling my little inner part too. So you're using an A2 panel?
Yes, exactly. So I'm using an A2 panel. My stencil set is a three-piece stencil set, and on each stencil you get two layers. So actually, you could also use half an A2 panel, but just to make things easier for yourself, I suggest using an A2 panel and then cutting it down afterwards. So you can line up the registration marks on the outside on your A2 panel, and then we again have these two triangles that you can use to, first of all, line up your stencils, the stencil layers, and then also to line up the die.
Yeah, and I'm doing what you said is not easier. So I'm going to see if I can work my way through this. I'm using a piece that's 4¼ by 2¾ which is half of an A2 size panel. And what I'm going to do is I actually have 4 stencils, but I'm skipping stencil number 1 because that's my snow. And I'm just going to let my white cardstock be my snow. So I'm going straight to number 2. And there are some registration marks right here that help me line up this half piece here. So
Exactly. So when you have these different layers on one stencil, you also have registration marks in the middle so that you could line up a smaller panel as well. So you don't only have the outside ones for the A2 size, but also for half an A2 panel.
yes, and that makes it so nice. And I am using sky blue. Listen, I never pull out this color, but I was looking for a blue that might look really super great with a little bit of Misty Coast over it, because I was like, I don't know that I want it quite that intense. And so I'm going to use the sky blue. I'm just making sure I also ink blend it on those little triangles really well. So, and
See,
then
and
I'm going to,
so I grabbed sky blue first, of course, and then I thought about using Misty Coast as well, but then I thought if I'm going this route of like pinks and aquas, I decided to mix the sky blue with mint so that I have this more sort of
ooh,
turquoisey blue. And I'm going to turn my panel. It's easier to see.
love that. So I actually did sky blue, and while that stencil is still in place, I'm going to grab some Misty Coast and go over the top of that. And I'm also going to do my little pathway down here in Misty Coast. So with the smaller brushes like this, it's easier for me to kind of control and bring in little bits of color rather than, you know, like overwhelming.
Yeah.
But this is going to kind of tone down that bright, bright blue and bring it to a little more like grayed down version of it. You could also do like a pink or a purple mixed with this to give it like that morning light kind of feel. And I think that would be really pretty.
I think there are so many color combos you could try with this and just kind of change the mood and the whole sort of, feeling of the card. And Raquel in our design team is always great for color schemes, I think.
For
so
sure.
I'm excited to see what she's going to come up with these 2 sets, because whatever she's going to create is going to be magic.
For sure. She is magical, isn't she? She has just, I always know when it's her too. She has such a, it's just a vibe. It's a total vibe. And I know when it's her. Okay, my grip mat is gripping today. It is like, give me that stencil, which is good and bad, because if you put it down in the wrong spot, it's all over for you. All right.
So as I said, I'm going to go, I go full sort of pinks and aquas. So this one is going to be more in the bright, kind of, I don't know, candy
Christmas.
Scheme. Yeah.
It's a candy Christmas.
Which sometimes I like, and sometimes, sometimes it's just too much. But this time, since I haven't, the Christmas cards I have made with the upcoming release, they've all been with more sort of traditional colors. So I thought I would switch things up today.
I love that. So you've been focused on the reds and the greens, and now you're going to the pinks and the teals.
Exactly.
Love it. All right, I did a red door on my house. I think that's fun. I just got red ink all over my fingers too, so let's just hope. Then I got the red ink up into my mountain here, so that's fun. Maybe we just make it a purposeful thing too, and we just go like that. We're just gonna pretend like it was on purpose. Bring a little pink into the part of our mountain.
Yeah. Question: could you mask off the gift card on the stencil and just have the card? Yes, absolutely. You could definitely mask the gifts and just have the car and use it for something completely different. I mean, even for something like, I don't know, congratulating someone on a driver's license or whatever. You can
that's cute.
Definitely switch things up.
I think that you could do those in, like birthday colors and have it be
Yeah,
a birthday
true.
card car. So that would be
Yeah,
fun too.
that's true. That's a good idea.
And for my house, I know, shock of all shocks, I'm doing pink. If I could live in a pink house, I would. Would you? I don't know. That's probably not your thing.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not probably not a pink house, like not a full house.
Maybe like a pink door?
Yeah,
Like a
something
pink
like that.
door on your
Exactly.
house? Yeah, I would
Yeah.
totally do that too. I might be able to get away with that. Maybe I'll convince my husband.
Well, we live in an apartment, so
Oh, got it.
I can't paint the door.
Right.
Otherwise, it probably would be some sort of bright color. Maybe not pink, I don't know, but it would be some color. But I can't.
All right. I'm moving right along. I think you're further along than me, but that's okay because some of this is just very
Yeah.
easy blending for me.
Also,
And
I have only 3 stencils, and you know.
yeah, I have 4. So, but like this one, this stencil is only this little bow. So,
Yeah.
easy enough. But it still takes time to position them. So, gotta move it over here. And I'm doing, actually to line this up, I'm doing a combination of the triangles that are already inked and the registration marks. So I'm like kind of using the triangles to guide me and then looking up at my registration marks to make sure my corners are where I want them.
Yeah.
And like, and there. And for my greens, I pulled out some greens that I don't always use. I'm using Emerald City.
Me too.
Oh my gosh, great minds.
But I mean, that one went well with the sort of candy pink.
Oh,
Sort of,
that's true, because it has a
it
little
didn't
bit
feel
of
right to
blue.
use sage or something like that.
Right, too grayed down. I agree.
Yeah.
Like a little bit brighter, a little happier green. I am going to make it a little more moody though, because I'm going to bring in some lush forest to it. There's not a ton of room to like blend lots of colors together, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to make it happen. Do you test your colors ahead of time, or do you just like live on a prayer
Usually I
like me?
don't. Yeah, exactly.
Me either. It's like, well, I hope this all looks good. Looks good in my head.
Exactly. Let's hope for the best. I think I rarely do. And sometimes it turns out really nice, but sometimes it's like, oh, I'm not
That
so sure
wasn't my
about this, but
favorite.
you know,
Yeah. Oh my gosh, look how
what
cute
can you
this
do
is
about it?
looking. I have to say, I'm not mad that I got that little bit of red into the mountain over here and brought it into the base of the mountains there. It's
Yeah.
that little bit of pink in the mountains is not, I'm not mad about it at all. So I am on my last stencil, but it's being, like I said, my grip mat is like, it is grippy today. So.
Okay, so I'm gonna do my die cutting now.
Okay.
And as I said, this one is also really easy. So you again have these 2 triangles to line up your die. And this one, you know, you probably wouldn't even need it because you can see the inside as well. And also one thing, I mean, you can tell if I line it up like this, I'm not sure if you can see, but the triangles line up, but look closely and you will see that the inside doesn't line up. That's because this part of the lamp, of the lantern, is a little bit wider at the top and a little bit thinner, or like, yeah.
Oh, good to know.
So
It's not
even
the same top to
exactly, so
bottom.
don't just focus on the triangles. I mean, you would probably see it, but sometimes when you're so, you know, sort of just go and just like line up the triangles, die cut, then yeah.
Right. Well, that helped me because I have actually never created with this set before. And so I was able to put that down. So the narrower part goes towards the bottom for all of you watching.
Exactly. That's the word I was
And And so I have mine lined up. This is more narrow than the top part, so you can see how that lines up really nicely. Kathleen's got hers die cut already, and I'm gonna do the same.
And you could even, so for the person who's asking about, stencil or masking of the gifts, you could even mask them off, and then you could also just cut out the car and do layer it on top of another of these pieces, just die cut and just ink blend it with one color so that you have some sort of dimensional piece. So there's lots of different options what you could do with this.
I saw a question, something about Pink Fresh. What is the weight of the Pink Fresh glitter cardstock? I'm not sure that glitter cardstock has a weight. I'm looking, it's 250 GSM. It's heavy. It's pretty thick glitter cardstock. It can stand on its own. It's not,
yeah.
It's not puny. We'll just say that. All right. So I'm thinking we go moody on this card. Moody with bright. I'm loving that.
Oh, that looks nice.
I am going to actually build up my lantern. So, and do some dimension. Are you doing that as well, or is it just me?
So I thought I would, because I went ahead and die cut a few of these lanterns just from white cardstock before. That's the only sort of preparation I did.
Yep, me too.
And I thought I would try, emphasis on try, to do sort of a shaped card, just in the shape of this lantern.
I love it.
We'll see how that turns out.
I was thinking about that, or doing even like a flap situation where it was a flap on the card, and I was like, that sounds stressful today.
Exactly.
So I'm glad you're doing it, and I'm glad we're not both doing it, because then, and
so
I love, oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So what I'm going to do first, because you can see that this, the lantern inside fits, of course, perfectly inside the space. But since I want this to be shaped, so I need these two pieces to be connected, I'm going to use some vellum behind that connects, that stretches from here to there, and then I can adhere my inside piece on top, and then on the back I will just adhere just a blank piece and another lantern to cover this up so that it looks pretty. Yeah.
Ooh, I love that. I love the idea of that vellum.
You could, there are different ways to do this, but I thought this might be sort of the quickest way.
For sure.
And with vellum, it won't show if there's a slight sort of gap between the different elements.
Yeah. It's very, vellum has, vellum is great for so many things. I love it. I'm a fan of vellum. It shows up a lot in my crafting. I'm going excessive on the layering here. So I think I did 4 super heavyweight white layers to really make this guy stand out. Oh my gosh. I love this. And you could put, you don't have to use the inner stencils for this. I think it would be fun to make just a greenery arrangement in here or something like that.
Yeah.
I think this is so pretty.
Yeah, so for those who are not part of our Pink Fresh Studio fan group on Facebook, make sure you join, because yesterday I shared sort of an exclusive sneak peek for our fan group that combines this idea that you just hinted at, this lantern combined with sort of a greenery thing. So yesterday on our Instagram, we sneak peeked another product called Whispers of, oh God, I want to look up how it's pronounced. Whispers of Poinsettia? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Carissa.
You know what? Some people say poinsettia, and then I say poinsettia. So I think it's even in the United States, depending on what part of the country you're from, how you pronounce things. So I think you're doing just fine.
Go wrong or right, whatever. However you look at it.
Right.
So yeah, and of course it was Raquel, and she combined the poinsettia, or I'm just gonna pronounce it like this,
Yes, do it.
um,
That's correct. That's
and
correct.
and this lantern, and it looks absolutely beautiful.
I saw that one. It is very beautiful. And her blending, oh my goodness. That's like
Yeah,
goals. I know she takes, here's the deal. I know that she takes more time with her blending than I do. I
yeah,
can tell by the results that she gets.
yeah. Same for me.
She, yeah, I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's do this. Okay, how cute. I love this. This is so much fun. This is like so easy to put together too. I remember
Yeah,
I
that's true.
messaged you the other day and I'm like, I haven't really used this before. And you said, it's really easy. And I was like, okay, well, that's good. So I pulled it out this morning and I'm like, oh yeah, that is easy. I can do this. So I grabbed the stitched chain cover plate, which looks like this.
Oh yeah.
Now, here's the deal. I really thought that these ovals kind of mimicked like the pattern, like the shape of the lantern. So I thought this would be a great way to add a little bit of like texture to my card base. So that was my grand idea in all of this. And I think it would be fun to use a little like glitter glue on some of the snow areas on this lantern
Yeah,
as well. I
that's
think
true.
that would be a lot of fun. Paste, you can use an embossing powder on that snow area too of this stencil here,
Yeah,
like a sparkle embossing powder, and have it on the mountaintops and the trees and the top of the house to like bring it up, you know, level up a little bit.
yeah. I think so. If we were not doing this live, I would probably use glitter paste at some point for, like, I don't know, maybe like the bows or whatever on my gifts. But in a YouTube live, no, I'm always a little bit nervous about glitter paste because you have to clean it up right away, otherwise it sticks to your stencil, and I'm just not patient at all, and probably would wipe it all over my card or whatever. So I decided
Yeah,
against it.
I'm with you on that. Sometimes there's just things that are better off not live, you know?
Yeah.
If you were watching, you probably just saw a quick little peek of something else that's in the release. I didn't give it away too much, but I think I'm just going to tie some twine at the top of my lantern. I think
Oh
that
yeah.
would be a fun little touch. I was looking too, and I need some more colors of glitter cardstock.
Oops. Well, then you should get. Do you have the sampler pack with all
I
of the
don't.
colors from the paintbrush?
I have metallic, I have glacier, I have ivory, and then I have one that has navy blue that I got just a couple of sheets in. I need a red
Yeah,
though, like a red and a pink.
yeah, yeah, and especially the pink. So we have a pink, and we have more of like a lighter pink. I really like both. So yeah, I think so. The sampler pack has every color apart from the metallics. I think once or twice. I think maybe 2 sheets per color.
Oh, that's
Could be
nice.
mistaken. So I just decided to ink blend over one of my white die cut lanterns just to make it, not so white. So this would be the one that is on the inside. You could go ahead and also ink blend the back. I'm going to put another blank piece over this one here. I'm not going to ink blend this part because this is where I would put a message if, open this card. So maybe just like a really light blend, or maybe, hold on, maybe more like a lantern, glowy, shiny color. Well, let's see. If it doesn't work out, I can always just stack another blank piece on top.
I love Kathleen's idea of vellum, and I have time. I just looked up and I'm like, oh, I have so much time. I
Yeah, and
can do
surprised at how
just
quick you
about
are.
anything. I know well, it's so quick to put together. And look, the only part we did was the layers ahead of time. That's all we
Yeah,
die cut ahead of time. So how quickly this comes together is just, really cool. So it wouldn't be something that would be too hard to produce several of, for the holiday season
Yeah,
if you wanted to.
absolutely.
If you are you a mass producer? I can't do it.
No, no.
I get too bored.
Yeah, same. But I mean, every year I had high hopes and like good intentions of sending out Christmas cards and so on. And I never did, or maybe just like two or three. And
Uh-huh.
I just said to my husband a few days ago after I was done, with most of my samples for the August release, I was like, hey, this year we finally have Christmas cards to send out. It's a good thing I have to do these cards. I have to give
Yeah.
these cards for our releases. And yeah,
I send out like 150 to 175. Um,
wow.
so
I
I
don't even know
don't,
that many people.
yeah, well, I think sometimes when you're like, we're involved in our church and stuff like that. So there's a lot of people that we send to.
Hmm.
And so I don't ever hand make my Christmas cards, but I
Yeah.
do like give out my handmade Christmas cards with like little gifts to my friends and
Hmm.
stuff like that. So I do use them. It's not that I don't use them, it's just that I don't make 150 of them to give to everybody. And then mailing them with all the dimension that I like would be that would be a whole
Yeah.
nother thing. So
Yeah.
I'm better at creating for giving in person than I am mailing.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, so I just stuck the vellum on there and cut around it. That's all I did. I didn't do anything fancy there. It looks like not great on the back, but nobody's going to see the back of mine, so I don't have to worry about it.
Exactly.
And then this just actually tucks right in there, just like that.
This
So
looks so
then I have
nice.
that. You know what? This
I
could
love it.
easily be a shaker, just a piece of
Yeah.
acetate, just
Yeah.
like I did the vellum, and some glitter drops in there, a little foam
Yeah.
adhesive, and you have a shaker, and you could just do a little greenery like coming off the top for that.
Yeah.
Speaking of greenery, I have a fun
Yeah.
video coming this week. You probably saw the pictures. I
Oh yeah, I
haven't
saw.
edited it yet. I'm working on it.
But I saw the finished cards.
Yes, you did. And I think it's going to be fun. I'm using a
Yeah.
little bit older product. So, oh, I love this. Okay. In my heart, I really want to put some foam adhesive behind this, but I think it's too much. I'm going to stop myself. Ooh, look at
Wow.
yours. That turned out so cute. Just a little score line across the top there.
Exactly. So, and you already have this. So my fingers are completely green. But you have this line up here that's perfect for adding the score line, and it gives you enough room to adhere those two pieces together and still, be able to open it so you could read whatever message is inside. And you could even put it up like so. So it would even stand on its own.
Yes, and that, yeah, gift tag, little shaped card, so much fun. I'm totally into the shaped card thing right now.
I usually just forget about it, sort of. I don't know.
Well, and I mean, sometimes it has to be the right thing, right? It has to be a big enough
Yeah.
die. So like the smaller ones, but these larger, like a lot of the Pink Fresh Essentials dies would work for a shaped card. I love to do the
Yeah.
postage ones as like a shaped card. I think it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Those make a great one. So I'm going to actually put some foam adhesive on the back of this panel here. I'm going to trim it down just slightly. I've been very bad at keeping an eye on the comments, so
Yeah, me too.
I get an F today. Susie says start making your holiday cards in January. Do a little every month. It helps. It moved. It
Yeah.
helps spread it out over the year. Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know, you and I both create lots of cards for different releases and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know where I would fit in more Christmas cards in between.
It's true. Someone suggested that I make this a removable keepsake element.
Yeah.
I think I could do that, but I'm going to have to clean up the back a little. So I have time. So because this came together so quickly that I think I'll just cut another piece and have this be a removable element just to clean up the back a little, you know, because it's like, it's looking a little, after I did that whole vellum surgery, it's not looking the best on the back. So yes, it could make an adorable like little ornament type thing for a tree, especially with all the cardstock that I put between that glitter cardstock and the vellum. She's thick, y'all. She is thick.
By the way,
got plenty of weight.
What you could do for your removable element, I mean, not right now, but as a general idea, you could put on the back of your inside piece, so on the back of the house scene, you could put a photo of your family or whatever. Like,
that's such a cute idea. And yes, because this die is open, you would be able to line this up right over your photo and make sure you get it. Oh my goodness. What a cute idea. That came from a scrapbooker for sure.
Exactly. I'm a scrapbooker, so I always think of ways how to
incorporate a photo. I love that idea. Kathleen, you used the holiday greetings press plate set. I love that.
Exactly. And I thought the sentiment in here that says, let your heart be light, was such a fun one because it's also sort of a play on words with the light. So that's why I thought I would use it.
I love that.
So right now, Carissa used this one in her last YouTube live. And this is from last year. So we only have the press plate and the dies. So the stamp is not available anymore, at least not in our shop. But I think, so especially for Christmas, I feel like press plate is the way to go because you can add foil, you can add shine. So yeah, I probably would only use the press plate anyways.
I love the press plate. I have some pre-done. I was like, do I do a sentiment? Do I just leave it? I don't know. Okay, so Kathleen's the expert, so she's going to coach me through this for just a second because we're improvising here. How would you suggest that I attach this to the front of my card and make it a removable element? Like, where would you go with this? And maybe it's not something I do because I already have foam on the back, and maybe it's just not something that's feasible during the live. But how would you do it? Because you're more like that interactive kind of girly than I am.
I was trying to think of a way to do this, but I feel like I'm blanking a little bit and would just
I could like tie it on with some string had I not already put like foam adhesive on the back.
Yeah.
So I could make like poke a little hole at the top, do some metallic string, like embroidery thread or something. I'm just cleaning up the back with a white die cut so I could make it removable. And like I said, had I not already, put foam adhesive on the back, we could probably make that happen. I just don't know that I can make it happen in the live, so that's fine. I'm okay with that. We're gonna just keep moving forward anyway. What do you got there, Kathleen?
Oh, well, I thought, I would also see a little bit of greenery.
Love it.
This is also part of the card that we sneak peeked or that we showed on our Instagram today. I thought it wouldn't hurt to, incorporate these elements.
I love it.
If you can hear my son giggling next to me.
Oh, he's having a good time.
He is. He's enjoying that he can watch some shows right now.
It's evening time there.
Yeah, it is. He's like, normally he would be in bed right now, so he's having the time of his life right now.
Of course, he gets to stay up past bedtime. That's so much fun.
Yep.
I got this off just a tiny bit, but I'm okay with it. I'm not gonna lose my thing over it. And I'm gonna copy Kathleen. Look at this. I already have a like a rose gold colored one. in
That's
that
perfect.
says let your heart be light. I'm going to see what else I have. I have just a bunch of these just pre-done. May this
Yeah, me
season
too.
bring... Oh, maybe I'll use this one. Greetings this holiday season. I like that. I like the shape of that. See if I have a second die cut one that I could layer it up with. If not, we'll move on. I'm just riffing here. I'm just, doing random things. Okay, what questions do you guys have? Because we are kind of to the point where we can like look a little bit more. So let us know.
Or
Kinnery
if
says,
we
I am
missed any,
loving
then
all
just
the
ask
colors
again.
you used today. I'm so glad you love the colors, Kinnery. I'm going to just tack this on. I can pull it off later if I need to make it
Yeah,
removable, but we're going to just tack this on
move on.
just to move on with life. Yeah. Okay. Friendly reminder. Your guys' comments move so fast. Friendly reminder to give this a thumbs up to this video, friends. Yes, Kinnery's reminding us. We love those thumbs up. The glitter is just wow, says Lisa. Thank you. I love it too. It's so much fun. It's over the top, but there's nothing about me that's not over the top. So it's just perfect. It's just perfect. And then I think this like just foiled sentiment. We have a few of these left and I have a few of them left in my pocket. So we'll just keep using them. Now, I had some like glitter drops pulled out for funsies, but I just feel like I have so much going on, especially now that I'm bringing in the foil. That might be even a little much for me. So, question, when is the email coming out to sign up for the holiday card event? I'm sure Kinnery will pop that into the comments there for you.
This one is gonna, so the registration for the holiday event is going to open after our August event is done. So,
Got it.
and we will of course also post on our Instagram and Facebook and so on. So if you follow us on social media, you will definitely, you know,
Get your
see when
notification. Yeah.
registrations exactly open. But you will want to join. I mean, Carissa is going to teach,
Nope,
right?
I'm
Are
not.
you?
I don't think I'm on that
No?
one. No, I think I'm
Oh,
doing
right.
the
You were the.
August. Yes.
I'm mixing up the events right now.
I mean, yes, sometimes they do. They start to come together a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Especially since, the August one hasn't happened yet. And we
I
are, of
know.
course, behind the scenes
So
already
you're
working on the.
right. You're working on both of them right now.
So I'm a little bit confused right now. But in any case, it's going to be a fun event with lots of beautiful products. And I mean, because I've already seen the products. So, or the designs at least. So, yeah.
Okay. I think I'm happy with this. I think I'm going to just like call it good. And I'm going to read comments and questions to you. Tracy says, I love all the Pink Fresh Create and Connect events. Well, thank you, Tracy. We love them too because as instructors, we get to connect with you and it's so much fun. The glitter is all the pizzazz you need. I love that. The holiday event is one of my favorites. And Jennifer again says, I love all the events. August is going to be a fun event. Kara Parrish said it looks like it's going to be a fun event. It is because we're focusing on
Yes. Yeah.
techniques for card makers. Are there any of those additional seats that were opened up that are still left?
Yes. So if you were thinking about signing up for the August event, do it. A few spots are left. And if, depending on where you live, but if you purchase right now, your kids will be sent out, ASAP. So that they should arrive in time for the event. Of course, we have no control over sort of deliveries and kind of
Right,
like
right.
shipping companies and stuff like
Especially
that. So I always say
internationally, yeah.
this with, yeah, exactly. So I always say this with sort of a, warning. But your kid would definitely be shipped out right away. And even if it doesn't arrive on time, or if you don't have time on that weekend that the event is happening, you can always watch the replays. You don't have to join live, or you could, watch a few of the classes live and then watch others on replay, whatever you prefer. So
Right,
I think
right.
there's no excuse not to join us.
Yeah. Margarita had a great idea. She said that you can use LED lights in the lantern, and I think that
Yeah,
would be a lot of fun. And
yeah.
then what did I just saw another one. Someone needs to do their homework. Yes, get your homework done, especially if you want to create along with us in that. Kinnery can pop in. Patricia was asking what is the link to the August event. So I'm sure Kinnery will pop that into the comments. And maybe we could pin it in the comments for those watching on the replay too, because there are just a few of those seats left. Kathleen's teaching, I'm teaching, and it's going to be a fun event. So you don't want to miss out. I'm doing die cuts. I'm doing adding dimension to die cuts in different ways. And so it'll be a fun way
And
that,
yeah, and you have a really beautiful product suite to work with, I think.
yes, they are beautiful and so much fun. And I used blue. I know everybody, you are like, what? I used blue as like a feature color on one of my cards, and it's so pretty. I love it. I'm kind of in a blue
It's
era
so
right
good.
now.
But the colors on your card, especially on that one with the blue, they are so good.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love them.
and
You,
yeah, and to be honest, so when I first saw it, I think Kinnery sent me like the photo, and like Carissa uploaded her projects, and or no, she I think she only sent the photo first, and I was like, who is that by? Because it
it
just
wasn't
because of the
pink.
colors, because of the blue, I was like, huh, that's different, but it's so good.
It's just proof that when you go outside of your comfort zone, sometimes you surprise yourself, because I really
Yeah,
did surprise myself on that one. And I was trying to push myself a little beyond what I normally do. Um, and Carol Velez says, OMG, I can't wait to start making my holiday cards. Holiday card making is my favorite. And for those of you who've never signed up, Vicky is letting all of you know you will love Pink Fresh events. They get better each time. And yes, Pink Fresh has it down to an art. Such a good time. To have there. And then there's of course ongoing inspiration that happens as people like do make and takes and make things their own. Look at you with the glitter drops on the car lights. That is so
yeah,
cute.
some clear drops. I mean, feel like clear drops,
Oh
they
yes.
always work.
Yes. Carmen says, love the bright colors in your lantern, Kathleen. Very fun and pretty. It is just a very candy Christmas vibe, and it's so much fun.
To be honest, this isn't the color scheme I would usually use probably. So, but since I've done so many Christmas cards now in the past week with a traditional color scheme, I just felt like doing something fresh, at least, fresh for me. So yes, as you said, sometimes it's nice to break out of your sort of comfort zone or rut or whatever.
And surprise yourself. Yeah. Deborah has a question. When you are using a cling stamp for the first time, do you have to do anything first? Deborah, if you are referring to a red rubber cling stamp, you do not generally have to do anything when you're using that stamp for the first time. If you are doing it with a photopolymer stamp, you do want to prime the surface a little bit. Like you can use your hand, you can use Versamark ink or like a clear embossing ink or something like that to kind of prep it, especially if it's a large surface area and you're not using a stamping tool. If you're using a
Yeah.
stamping tool and you're stamping like in multiple layers to kind of get that solid image, you can definitely do that. So those are just kind of some general tips for you. If it's red rubber cling stamp, which is what we generally call a cling stamp, then you shouldn't need to prime and prep that. So hope that answers your question. If you have another question about that, just let me know. I'm just scrolling through here. Ooh, that turned out so cute. I love the addition of
Question.
those little droplets.
So, question, do the greenery dies come with the lantern set? No. So these are, an additional sneak peek that I just decided I would give you. This was not, I didn't speak to Kinnery about this before, so I hope I don't get in trouble.
I
But no,
know.
these are different products that will be sneak peeked as in the coming days as well. But it's also going to be one that you definitely don't want to miss. And I just thought I needed a little bit of something on my card, especially since I don't have like a background that gives it a little bit more of
Right.
something. So yeah, I just decided to bring these in. But they are a sort of standalone product suite with a stencil as well. I just used like the white die cuts and just colored them real quick because I didn't want to sneak the whole thing.
You just snuck in another sneak. That's what you did.
Exactly.
So, all right. Should we go back to our face?
Yeah.
I think Kinnery said she is going to pick out a winner soon. So we will do this. And I'm going to change my other camera so Kathleen can see me. This is like, it's like a whole thing behind the scenes. There's like multiple buttons to push. It's not too bad, but she said, can I jump onto yours? And I was like, yeah, do I remember how to do this? And I did, Kathleen. We did good.
Yeah,
so
you did.
I'd love to
I was
answer
just too
any.
worried with, sorry, I was just
Go
too
ahead.
worried with my son next to me, like, all of this input. And I was like, oh my God, I think if I had to do it, like be the host and make sure that I press the right buttons and everything, it's going to be a mess. So
It worked out fine. I'm here for you, girl. I'm here for you. So, Kinnery's going to put the winner in the comments here in just a second. I'm just watching for that. Be looking for this release, which goes live next Tuesday. What time does it go live? Is it
9 a.m. CT.
9 Central. Okay, that's what I thought, but I just wanted to make sure I didn't want to misspeak there. Oh, we got a winner. Congrats, but I didn't see it. Or maybe they're just pre-congratulating. Oh, there it is. Karen Velton.
Velton. Yeah.
Full August release. And you're going to email customer service at pinkfreshstudio.com to claim your prize. Of course, the release is not out yet, so it will be shipped out when the new release starts shipping, is my understanding. So, but make sure that you email customer service at pinkfreshstudio.com to claim your prize. Congratulations, Karen. That is so much fun. And if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to the Pink Fresh Studio YouTube channel. There's plenty of inspiration coming to the channel here. There's live streams coming. And of course, there's always chances to win prizes during the live stream and on the replay. If you're joining us on the replay today, make sure you leave us a comment in the comments section below to be entered to win one of two $50 Pink Fresh Studio digital gift card codes, and those winners will be announced by Pink Fresh Studio. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And Kathleen, do you have anything else you want to add?
I think I just saw someone asking for sort of a more close-up look at our cards. We will be sharing we will also be sharing like the photos and everything of these cards on social media as well, so make sure that you also look there. But yeah, so I'm just gonna hold mine up to the camera because I don't want to switch my cameras again because for me it's a little bit more difficult.
I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. And on the back, so right now, here I would just put another blank piece. I haven't done that yet because, you can all imagine how that's done. So yeah.
And then if I made mine removable, it would come off like that. I purposely didn't tack this down really heavily so that I could see if I could go back and make it removable. It might be a little bit late. Carol Velez is asking, when are these available? They are available next week, Tuesday at 9 a.m. Central Time on the Pink Fresh Studio channel. So make sure you're keeping an eye out for that. Of course, with every new release, there are blog hops and Instagram hops. So keep your eye on that Pink Fresh Studio Instagram account. Keep your eye here on the YouTube channel because you'll have tons of inspiration coming your way with this release and all the merry inspiration that you can handle, I'm sure. So I'm super excited about it. Thank you all for joining us today. Are we ready to say goodbye?
Yeah, I think we are. I want to thank you, Carissa. Sorry about that. Okay, I think I'm good for now.
We're good. Bye, everybody. Until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.